Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Myra McKnight. This is my podcast. Damn it, somebody's got to say it, and it's going to be me. This podcast is about us ladies, about trying to get on the right track and trying to curtail some things that we normally do. I'm thinking today about some of the things that we do that kind of sabotage our relationships. And everybody wants to be in a relationship. They want the ooey gooey feeling of being loved and caressed and massaged and felt good and sex and taking us out and all that good stuff. And it is fine. And we love it, we love it, we love it. Because as a woman, those are some of the things that attract us. No matter who you are, no matter what your career is, you can be an attorney, a doctor, you can be an actress, you can be a video girl, you can be anything, an engineer, you can be a police officer. Doesn't matter, you can be a construction worker. But at the end of the day, when you take off the degrees, you take off the clothes, you take off all that extra external stuff, the eyelashes and the makeup and the hair, at the end of the day, you're still a woman. And a lot of times that is what needs to be addressed for us. Our woman side needs to be addressed. But sometimes there's a barrier, okay? And the barrier that we're going to talk about today in this few minutes of my podcast here is us wanting to be just the way we are. I just want to be me. I just want to do me. That's been a lot of the conversations that my clients come to me about. And I don't want to do this. I just want to do me. Well, if you just want to do you, you're not going to be happy. And just doing you, meaning that wherever I am is where I land. But it has to be more than that. It has to be about your growth. It has to be about your journey. It has to be about those wonderful, magical things that are going on in your life that attract the vibes and attract the energy that makes you a better woman day by day. You know, I get being nice and cozy and pretty and sexy and all those kind of things, but there is more to you than just that. There is an inner galactical, magical experience of you, me, learning to love us just standing in our own skin. Learning to be grateful for where we are. Learning to be excited for where we're going. If you're a woman and you're kind of stuck as to where you're going and where you want to go, then you need to picture where you want to be. You need to build that foundation, build that home, build that place that you want to be and visit it every day. And how do you visit it? You can't visit it if you are on a grind 24/7. You can't visit it if you're constantly trying to tell somebody else what they need to do, but then you don't take time to do what you need to do. Yes, you can be yourself, but do you even know yourself? How much of you do you know? Whether we're working with couples or whether I'm working with women, it gets me that I know what I want. You don't know. You don't know what you want. And I believe, in my opinion, because you're single, you don't know. That's why you're single. You can be the best person that you think you are, but there's a reason why you're single. Now, there's a reason. If you choose not to do any better, then you'll always remain in that position. If you choose to do better, you have a possibility of not remaining in that position. I was single a long time after my divorce. My first marriage ended in divorce, and I was single a long time. I got to the point where I just said, you know what? I didn't want to meet anybody anymore. I didn't want to deal with anybody anymore. I had men that wanted to marry me, but I didn't like them. I'm saying, okay, long as I can keep shopping every 2 weeks when I get paid, long as I can keep my job, my career, and keep it elevating, long as I can keep my one-bedroom apartment and I can drive the kind of car I want to drive, I am good. I don't have to even have the interaction with a man. And that became a part of my life, and I felt good with that because I was in my own power, my own element, and then I could make decisions based only upon me. And the extra stuff, the drama that comes with relationships, the having to compromise become relationships, I didn't have to do. But there was a part of me that said, you know what, you're good right here, but it'd be nice if you were right here. Okay? But I had to work on myself. I had to know what I want, and I had to know what I didn't want. And during my dating times, when I dated guys, they never knew where I lived, but I knew what I didn't want. I knew I didn't want that kind of a man. And it got to a point where I just didn't want to deal with him, period. So I had a reprieve, a vacation from relationships, a vacation from dating. I even had a vacation from just talking to him, because I just didn't want the drama. But during that time that I was not dating or talking to anybody, I was working on myself. No, I wasn't a religious person, and I wasn't in church, and I wasn't hitting the doors 24/7, and I wasn't reading the Bible. No, I wasn't doing that. I was on a different kind of journey. I was on a just me journey. Just me, butt naked, just me, meaning that I didn't have any apparatus at all. I had nobody telling me what I should do and what I shouldn't do. What I had was just me. I wanted to be able to learn from me, go into the inside of who I am as a woman and ask myself, what is you want? What you feeling right now? If you were to be able to do anything in your life, what would it be? What would it be, Myra? If you wanted to do something right now, whether you could afford to do it or not, what would it be? So I pose those questions out to myself. One thing about self-love and self-awareness is that it's just you. It's just you and the God that you believe in. You don't have to talk to anybody when you're on your journey. Unless you're having some struggles getting through there, you don't have to talk to anybody. All you have to do is just be able to self-talk yourself. Talk to that woman inside of you, the God inside of you that's going to tell you the truth, get you some clarification, get you some understanding. Can I just be me? No, you can't just be you if you're going to be in a relationship. Because that person that you come with or you choose, they might not like you being just you. There might be some things about you that they don't like. You don't know they don't like it because you've never had to come up against another person to say what they don't like about you. We don't want to think so much of ourselves and think that we don't falter. We don't want to think so much of ourselves and think that we don't hurt anybody, we don't have any issues or concerns, or we don't have to do better. And I'm going to take back issues because a lot of us don't have issues, but sometimes we feel like we don't have to do better, that we're good. We're not cheating, we're not this, we're not doing that. If we're not doing these particular things, we sometimes feel like we don't have to do any better. And I'm good like I am. But you're really not. As long as you're living, as long as you're breathing, you need to do better because you can do better, because you're here to do better, because the world needs you on the world stage to do better. The community needs you to do better. Your family needs you to do better. And you need to do better for yourself ultimately. No, we can't just be out like I am what I am and I stop working. If you're 60, if you're 70, you can always learn something. If you're 40, if you're 50, you can always learn something. There is no expiration date on learning. There's only expiration date on living, but not learning. If you're living, you're in a position to learn more. You've been blessed one more day, one more year, one more century, one more quarter of a century to do it again until you get it right, until your inner self is satisfied. You should always be working on you. No, you should not have an attitude. No, you should not be flippant. No, you should not be cussing like a sailor. No, you shouldn't be doing it. There has to be a peaceness and a calmness within you where you are proud of you. What are you proud of? This is when the self-talk comes in. What are you actually proud of about you? What do you believe about you? See, it's not on the other person, it's on you. It's on you to be the best person you can be. And sometimes messages like this can kind of get a person's goat. Why? Because it's a lot easier to say, I don't need that. What's she talking about? I got it all together. I got this, I got that. I don't need all that. I don't need him. And the worst thing women can say today, especially in the community that I come from, is, I don't need a man. Hell, if you don't, why are you sitting there lying? You're lying. What? Even when I was on my journey, I needed one. I wanted one, but I didn't have one. You need it. This is the principal order of the universe. Men and women, male and female, they come together for a specific reason. The reason was for procreation. And if you're not procreating now, it comes for pleasure. There's a difference. It's not always about having babies. It's about pleasure. It's about communication. It's about a confidant in your life. It's about somebody to make you feel good in your life. It's about that. It's about reality. It's about being true to yourself. No, you can't step in a relationship and be what you want to be and do what you want to do and say what you want to say. What's the point in being in a relation then, sweetie? There's none. You can always do better. You can always do better in your life. If you are married or you're in a relationship, you can do better. I have some ladies that ask me a lot. They'll say, well, maybe I just need to separate from him and work on myself. Well, duh, that would be nice. And then what are you going to do about your marriage and relationship? You married or you came into a relationship with this person. You are wrong if you leave to work on yourself. You have to be able to do that where you are. Think of it like this. If you got children at home and the children at school, you going to leave your kids so you can work on yourself? No, you're not going to do that. We're able to multitask. You work on yourself by getting up every day 30 minutes earlier and doing a meditation, doing a walk, doing a run, sitting down, watching your breathing, talking to yourself, reading a book. You begin to work on yourself in 30-minute increments. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night. You don't have to go to lunch with everybody. Take 30 minutes of that hour and rejuvenate yourself. Inquire yourself. Take yourself to that space that you want to be in to be better. You don't know how good you can be. You don't know how good you can get. You don't know that until you're on a journey or on a path to get there. You don't know that. Most of us don't. You'd be surprised. I didn't know I had that kind of power. I didn't know I had the ability to do that. I would never thought I could do this. But if you put your mind to it, and if your mind is open enough, and if you're open enough to say that, you know what, I'm going to try this. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to work towards this. I'm going to do this. Think about people in a marathon. Okay, you have people in marathons, they train for 6 months to a year for this particular marathon. Some make it, some don't. A lot of times they don't win it. I don't think there's a win or lose. It's just doing it and getting it done. Where are you challenging yourself? See, one big thing, when people say, I just want to be me, that's a cop-out because you're an amazing person. That's a cop-out because you're an extraordinary person. Why don't you want to meet extraordinary? Why don't you want to meet amazing? Why do you want to stay in mediocre? Take me like I am. You know, I'm a scrub. You know what? I'm pretty. I got my hair, my nails, and I got my butt and my breasts, and I got this going on, and I got my degrees, and I got my CEO, and I'm a CFO, and I'm all these things. So take me the way I am. That's crazy. That doesn't get you anywhere, and it surely does not give you the opportunity of what this one life that you have has to offer you. The one life that you have that has to offer you is being the freaking best that you can be. Work on it. Are you going to always hit that mark? No. And let me say this. Working on you means that you got about 12 different avenues to work on. There's 12 different doors that has your name on it that you have to work on. It's not just one thing. Working on you could mean working on your finances. Working on you could mean working on your patience. Working on you could mean working on your career, working on spending more time with your partner, working on spending more time with your children, working on getting a relationship better with your mom or your dad or somebody that you're not talking to. Working on you could be a lot of things, and you only know what that means. Everybody else doesn't. You have to grow into you. Just because you're 18 and you're driving, you got a driver's license, you got a job, and you were able to buy your house and buy your car, does not mean you're grown and you stop learning. And I think what happens is that we spend more time repeating the lessons lost than we do learning more lessons. Let me say that again. We spend more time repeating the lessons lost instead of learning from the lesson. If you get in the habit of learning from the lesson, then what's going to happen is you won't repeat the lesson again. You'll be able to move on. I wrote something today. At some point, You have to be healed from something. There are too many things that go on in a woman's life for you not to be healed at something. We can't have 10 different wounds open and not heal from any of it, because it's like 10 babies and each child is sucking your nipple one after one after one after one, and it's draining you and you're not getting anywhere. So you kind of continue to suck on the wound all the time, keep the wound open all the time. But that wound that was 20 years ago, damn it, that stuff got to be taken care of. That wound that was yesterday, it needs to be shut down. That wound that was 40, 50 years ago, at some point you have to be healed. Who's going to heal you? You are. However you need to do that, you have to do that. Can't I just be me? Well, who is that? You don't know who me is. You don't know who you are. And the only way you will know is if you're on your journey. And I'm talking about a spiritual journey, not a religious journey. I'm not talking about that. And let me say this for my sisters that are in the church and God are two different spaces. The church is a building. The God that you serve is the God that you believe in, and the God that's in your heart, and the God that's guiding you. Okay? Your car guides you to the church house. The church and God are different. And you can call it how you want it, whatever you want it, but whatever you're doing has to begin to benefit you in your life, in your growth, in the things that you're doing. It has to benefit. And if it doesn't benefit you to go to the club every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then you shouldn't do it. If there's no benefit in it. If you come with less, when you leave out the club and you come with less than what you went in there with, you need to ask that question. Whatever organized situation that you go into, you need to ask yourself, did I get something out of it? Or did it take away something from me? And if you got something out of it, is it only temporary? Is it something that you can use? Is it tangible enough that you can make it work for you to change, alter, tweak, and give you a better life? And that's the kind of life that you want to live? Where are you in that scheme of things? No, you can't just be you. Be you is mediocre. You got to go past you, because when you say that, can I just be myself? That's kind of like, I ain't even got the energy to work on myself. I ain't even got the energy to do nothing extra. You know what? I'm just tired. You got people who are disabled, people who are in wheelchairs, people who are blind, crippled, people who got all kind of ailments or working on themselves. That's what keeps you going. You got to constantly, every morning, every day, be always working on you. I tried, and at nighttime, I'm asking the God that I believe in, I'm asking the universe, I'm saying, I thank you for this wonderful day. I thank you for the day you've given me. And I ask that you give me just as much strength tomorrow as you gave me today. I want to be a better woman tomorrow than I was today. Every day I want to be better. Every day I want to bring in the vibrations of what this beautiful, awesome planet has to offer me. And the beautiful thing about it is that it's yours. It's yours for the asking. It's yours for the believing. It's yours. And I know things get rough, and I know things get tough. After my first marriage and divorce, I had a child I had to take care of. I had a son I had to grow up. I had all those issues going on. My son had to come home from school by himself. I'm scared they're going to take his jacket. They're going to take his coat. I'm scared he's going to grow up to be a young black kid who's going to get in trouble and go to jail. I had a whole lot of stuff going on. I was working one job, then a half a job. There was always something that I need to do. But not only did I have to take care of me and keep going, I had to take care of him too. I had to take care of the fact that he had a father, wasn't paying child support. The same stuff you've seen. I am no different than that. But one thing I do know is that I stayed on my journey and I kept going. And some of the things I wish I hadn't done. Some of the things I wish I believed in something else. Some of the things I wish I had to stop back then, but I didn't. But Maya Angelou says, and Oprah Winfrey says it a lot, when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. And you can do better. You can't step in a relationship and just set me who I am. You can't do that. You can't just say, oh, that's me. You know what? My mama like that, my grandmama like that, and I got it honest. That's crazy. No, you didn't get nothing honest. You accepted it. You took on the jacket. You told them, hey, give me that sleeve to that jacket you wearing. And you told somebody else, give me the leather of that jacket you wearing. Give me the zipper that you wearing. I'm going to put it on me. Because it's a cop-out. It's an excuse. Because you have to realize that you are not ordinary, that you are extraordinary. You got to believe that you have a voice. And the voice is for yourself, to be your better self. You have to tap into your better angels. What is your better angel? Because if you're telling me, Myra, can I just be who I am? Then you're mediocre. And you are far away from tapping into your better angel. You are dealing with the lower angel, the lower mindset, the lower consciousness. I just hang out right here. You know what? It's cool. I'm getting a couple of dollars and I got a man. And that's on another podcast. I'm going to go into that now. But yes, you deserve more. Yes. But the only way you're going to get more is if you strive to be more. You can't get more if you're not working for more. You can't just say, I want more, and you sit back and cross your legs and think because you're pretty that you're going to get it, or you think because you're educated that you're going to get it. And the same goes when your partner is doing something contrary to what you believe in, and that's another podcast as well. Ladies, it's important that you be able to stand up in your own heels. And you can't stand in your own heels if you don't have authority over yourself, if you have not mastered yourself. If you're not in control of yourself, you cannot allow yourself to subjugate yourself to somebody else at the whims of what they want to give you, when they want to give it to you, and how they want to give it to you. You have to be responsible enough for you to work at it. You need to throw the words out into the universe, and the universe is responsible to bring that opportunity before you. Now, if you don't go jump in that opportunity, if you don't go jump in it, then you can't get mad that you're not a part of it. But you can do this. You can do this. Make yourself available for you, more so than making yourself available for everybody else. No, I will not accept you saying, can I just be me? No, that's mediocre. You're more than that. You got more than that going on. And this is Myra McKnight. I said it. Yes. Okay. Damn it. I said it because you need to hear it. Stay tuned for our next podcast. I hope there's something I said to you, for you, with all the love that I have in my heart. Inspire you to be better, lady. Inspire you to be better. Young girl, woman, inspire you to be better. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in. This show is brought to you by Omni Virtual and HIndsight Media TV. For more information about our sponsors, please visit us at www.hindsightmediatv.com.